Alright, so here we are, June 7th, 2017, and this is the first installment of an experiential vlog series I'd like to do for the Colorado Centennial project. First off, welcome to Leadville, welcome to the Sawatch Range. Over my left shoulder you see Mount Massive, and over my right shoulder you have Mount Elbert. These are the two highest peaks in all of Colorado. And I figured this would be a pretty solid scenery to use for the first vlog. So I just wanted to start out and give kind of a summary of my thoughts, summary of the week, and provide a little bit of detail for those of you at home who are interested in knowing what's going on, and give you a little visual of how things are going. So week one, I'm considering week one being June 1st to today, June 7th. Week one has gone well. It's about 30 miles overall and about 14 to 15,000 feet of elevation gain within about 4 hikes. I'm really doing my best to taper myself into and ease myself into this transition, because when I did this last year, my body and my mind were crushed day after day after day, given my lack of experience and given just how much I still needed to learn and better ways I could have prepared. And so this summer I'm feeling much better. My mind, my body are feeling much stronger, much more confident in regards to what I'm looking to do and pull off. So in that regard, week one has gone very well. I have enjoyed the transition from apartment life to van and car life. I have my camera right now set up on the rental car that I'm using, which is a Ford Expedition, which seems a little bit over the top, but after having done this sort of thing out of my Toyota 4Runner last summer, it seems much easier than going through the 4Runner. It'll be nice when I have the van back. Unfortunately, the van engine took a big old L, but you know, a few people have asked me how I feel about it moving forward, and really what it comes down to is, if I don't fix the van, I don't continue doing this. I'm obviously not going to flip this sort of project on the rental car budget, because that is absurd. So I had an ultimatum of either making moves on fixing the van or just not doing this, and obviously that was a very easy choice. So anyway, the transition has been good, much less out of my comfort zone compared to last year and living out of the 4Runner. So this has been an enjoyable transition thus far. It'll be nice to have the van back though. So of the 4 hikes I went on this week, all of them were wonderful. Admittedly, I was hoping there'd be a lot less snow, but I understand that is slightly naive of me. So I'm working with it and just enjoying being out in the backcountry, just as it intended to look come late May, early June. We had a few late storms this season, and so that really added to the accumulation of snow up in the high country. So I'm getting to enjoy that, and I anticipate the snow will be pretty serious all the way through June. But all 4 of my hikes have been fantastic. The first one was Mount Hope and Quail Mountain, Mount Hope being the Centennial peak there. I ran into a couple who were very nice, great to hike with and talk to, and they ended their day after Hope, and I decided to push on to Quail, and it was a great start to the Centennial project, and it just brought me that elation and feeling of clarity and transparency that I know the mountains always bring me. So it was a great way to start. The next hike after that was French Mountain, Frasco Benchmark, and Casco Peak. The first and last of those being the Centennial peaks. Again, there was just an absurd amount of snow up there. The temperature's pretty solid, ranging between 30 degrees above 11 to 12,000 feet normally, and as warm as 45 or 50 degrees. So that has been really, really nice relative to exploring some in the winter when it is just miserably cold. I've really enjoyed the cold temperatures a little bit higher up at Leadville, where it's 10,200 feet, opposed to being in the Front Range where it's definitively warmer. But I find the cold really helps energize me on the hikes, whereas the heat can really drain me. And I don't know if that's a byproduct of going through Lyme, where I really struggled in the heat and felt better in the cold, or if that's just my natural tendency. But it's gone very well so far. Moving forward, tomorrow I'm looking to hike Mount Oklahoma, which is another Centennial peak. It should be good. I've looked at a lot of the trip reports, and there's undoubtedly going to be a fair amount of snow up there, but again, that's how it goes in Colorado, especially early summer with some late storms. And then Grizzly Peak, which is another Sawatch Centennial, is southwest of Mount Oklahoma, and I'm hoping a potential for a multi-peak day, but we'll see, because some of the class 3 ridge traversing can be really hairy from my experience in the snow. If it was a snowless ridge, I would be up and at 'em, ready to dive in there, but with snow, I'm still getting my feet wet with the class 3 and class 4 stuff, so I'm just trying to take that easy and play that safe. Next week, I'm really looking forward to, I guess starting on Friday, I'm headed to Silverthorne for a buddy's birthday long weekend bash, and that should be a lot of fun. And just outside of Silverthorne, there's several Centennials in the 10-mile range and the Mosquito Range. And the ones down here are specifically Crystal Peak, Fletcher Peak, Drift Peak, Mount Buckskin, and Horseshoe Mountain. So those stretch up and down the 10-mile and Mosquito Range, and I'm really hoping to climb most of those, if not all of those, during the week of my buddy's birthday extravaganza. So looking forward, I'm really excited to go back to closer to the Front Range and enjoy those peaks, because over the past 2 weeks I've watched as the snow has deteriorated on those quite a bit. Again, there will still be plenty of snow, but watching the evolution of the snow disappear off the mountains is a very, very exciting thing for me, especially since I know the temperatures will generally get a little bit warmer, but not too much warmer, while also making the climbing and traversing and locomotion in general much easier. So I think I'm going to nix this video right there. I would love any sort of feedback. If I end up posting this, feedback would be incredibly helpful, so that I can start addressing things that the watchers or viewers may want to hear or may want to learn about, different questions you may have about the experience, about living in a car, about being in the high country, about pushing your body and mind, anything. So I hope that this has been relatively informative, and I have no doubt that these will continue to evolve as I move forward into the summer. So thank you for those of you who are watching, and for those of you who are supporting me. This is an exciting stretch.